Hi guys, in this video I will explain you what is joins in SQL Server. If you don't have a full understanding of what is joins guys, then it means you have a very limited understanding of what is SQL and how databases work in general. Now before I explain you what specifically joins does in SQL, let me first explain you a bigger picture on why we have joins and how joins work. Now if you look at this diagram guys, we know that databases have a lot of different types of tables. Now, if you pay attention in this example, I have this my test database, and I have different tables: customers table, employees, categories, and a lot of tables. And most of the time, when you need to generate a report or when you need to provide a mapping, you cannot get all the information from a single table. Now, look at this example. You want to find out about the customers, how many order each customer placed in the last 2 months. Obviously cannot get all that information about the orders from the customers table. You need to have information about the orders from the orders table. Now in that case, you need to find a way to connect these two tables in order to get that result. Or let's say you have suppliers table and products table. If I want to find out what type of product each supplier supplied to my business, I have to connect these two tables. So when I say two tables, it doesn't mean that it joins, you can connect only two tables, obviously can connect more tables. But for the sake of simplicity, let's stick with two tables. Now, connecting the tables in the case of relational database management system is very important, and that's how relational database management system works, by connecting the tables. Unless there's a way to connect the tables, then you cannot get the result that you're looking for. Now, when it comes to connecting the tables, one of the most used or one of the known way of connecting the tables is joins. Obviously, joins is not the only way. In my future videos, I explain you different types of ways how to connect the tables. But let me first explain you how joins work. Joins is a way that helps you to connect two or more tables in SQL. Now, when you want to join two tables, guys, there's certain rules that you have to follow. The rule is you need to have a bridge between these two tables, or you need to have some kind of linkage between the tables in order to be able to connect them. Now, pay attention in this case, guys. I have customers table and I have orders table. If you look in these two tables, each table has its own something called primary key. Like in the case of order ID, I have order ID primary key, and in the case of customers, I have customer ID primary key. And the primary key guarantees the uniqueness of each record or each row. But if I want to connect these two tables, customers and orders, I cannot connect the primary key with a primary key, right? Because there's no linkage between order ID and the customer ID. But if you look at the customer ID, customers table, customer ID, I have in the customers table, and I have also customer ID in the orders table. That means that between these two tables, I have a linkage. Now, if I speak a little bit more technical, it means that customer ID in the customers table is my primary key, and customer ID in the orders table is my foreign key. Now, you guys all know what bridge does, right? Bridge, if I speak about non-IT, non-technical, bridge helps you to cross from one side of river to another. Bridge helps you to connect, let's say, two or more islands. Now, in the case of databases, bridges helps you to connect two or more tables. Now, when it comes to joins, guys, joins is one of the known way, again, on how to connect tables in SQL. We have different types of joins that allows you to connect the tables. We have inner join, we have full join, we have left join, and right join. Before we write some queries, before we write some codes, let me first show you in some diagrams different types of joins, and then we'll write some queries. Now, if you pay attention in this diagram, guys, I have, in this case, is left join. I have table territories and I have table regions. This is my left table and this is my right table. When you do left join, guys, the table which comes on your left, it is your main table. It is basically a boss table that, in the case of left join, when you connect these two tables, first you need to find what? You need to find a bridge. Now pay attention, between these two tables, I have region ID here and I have region ID here. It means that it allows me to connect these two tables. Now, if I want to connect these two tables, guys, using left join, from the left table, it will pick all the records, all the rows from the left table, and it will only fetch it. It will combine it with the matching value from the right table. Now, if you pay attention, region IDs here, 4 and 3s and 2s and 1s, I have also the same region ID on this table. That means that all of the data from it will pick all the data from the left table and fetch it or combine it only with a matching from the right table. Now in this case, this row with region ID 7, 6, and 5 will be ignored because we don't have that bridge between those. Now if I go to the right joins, guys, in the case of right join, the main table is the right table. Now in this case, if you notice here, we have this region IDs 5, 6, and 7, but we don't have the same region IDs on the left table. But still, since this is the main table, it will pick all the records from the right table because we're doing right join and only matching from the left table. Now in this case, if you pay attention in the arrows that I have here, arrows that are I have common region IDs will be connected. But again, the row 5, 6, and 7 will still display because right table is my main table. And again, from the main table, it will display all the records. Now, if I go to the next one, inner join, in the case of inner join, guys, from the both tables, it will only show the matching records. Whatever is not matching from the both tables will be ignored. Now, if you see here, guys, on the territories table, I have this region ID 8. And I don't have the region ID 8 here. It means that this row with the region ID 8 will be ignored. Now, in the case of regions table, I have this region ID 5, 6, and 7, which I don't have here. Then from the regions table, rows with the region IDs 5, 6, and 7 will be ignored. One more time, in the case of inner join, guys, it will only combine or fetch matching records between 2 or more tables. Now finally, we have another type of join which is called full join. When you use full join, guys, it will combine or it will fetch all the matching and non-matching records from the both tables. Finally, we have self join. In one of my future videos, I explain you how self join exactly works. But the most important ones is to understand left join, right join, inner join, and full join. Now let's write some code in order to have a better understanding how joins work. Since we use table regions and territories in our examples, let's use the same tables to write our join. Before we write our join, let's first go to these tables and see if we have the bridge. Indeed, we have a bridge. So now I'm opening both tables. Now the second table is territories. Now if I open this, now pay attention, guys. I have region ID here and I have region ID here. Now the second thing I want to do before I write the joins, let's find all the distinct unique region IDs here on the territories table and also unique region IDs on the regions table. Now what I will do, I will just say distinct region ID on this table, and I will also want to find out distinct region ID on this table as well. I will search a distinct region ID. And if I run the code together one more time, pay attention, guys. We have this region IDs here. The region table has region ID 1 to 5, and the territories table only has to 4. Now, it depends on what type of joins we will write, guys. This region ID 5 might display or might not display. That's why if I scroll up, guys, here on my query, I already have all the region IDs, unique region IDs from the region table, and also I have unique region IDs from territories table. Now let's build our join. If you guys not an expert in joins, or if you're not, if you're a beginner with SQL, always try to follow the same format. Always try type select, go to the next line, type from, and then type the join that you want to do. In this case, we'll start with the left join, and finally type on. This should be always the way you format if you're new with joins. Now the second thing, once you build the skeleton for your join, the second thing you need to do is pick the tables. Since in our case, the first table is regions, pick the region table, and the second table is territories. Now, since we picked both tables in our query, region and territories, now we need to find a way to connect these two tables, guys. And that's where it comes on this line. This way you need to build your join, your bridge. Now what I will do is I will just say region, dot, as soon as I type dot, you see it shows me the columns that region table has. I will say region equals territories dot region ID. Now in this case, this is the line of the code that you build a bridge between the territories and the regions. Because of this line, guys, you have now connection between territories and regions. Since in your query you have two tables, now you can go up to the select uh, and pick any columns from the region table, or you can pick any column from the territories table. If I want to pick any column from the region table, guys, all I have to do, just again type the name of the table, put dot, and then it shows you the columns that this table has. Let's say I want to pick region ID column, and I will also want to pick the dot region description. Now, if I want to pick any column from the territories, in this case territories, all I have to do, type the name of the table on the select and type dot, and now you see it shows me all the columns that territories table has. Now I can choose, let's say territory description, and now if I run the code, guys, you will see now the region ID column and region description is coming from regions table, and this column is coming from territories table. Now, if you guys remember, since we're doing join left table, since this is our left table, region our left table, how you can confirm is a left table, guys? Let me quickly show you. Now, if I start, this is the left function, right? If I start here and keep going left, I end up on the left table. That's how you can just find out which one is the left table, which one is right. But if I keep going to the right, I will end up with the territories table. But for the, just to make our code to look nice, we will keep it in this format. Now, if you guys remember, we said that when you do left join, it will pick all the values from the left table and only matching from the right table. We know that the territories table does not have a region ID 5. Now, if I scroll all the way down, guys, you will see that from the left table, it picked region ID. From the regions table, it picked region ID 5. From the regions table, also picked the region description. But you see, guys, we don't have a value on the territory description because we don't have region ID 5 and the territories. That's why it is coming null. Whenever you connect two tables, guys, and from your main table, it will pick all the values. Since you might not have a matching value for the same records on the right table, then anything when there's no matching, the result will be null. Now, if I want to, guys, do a right join, I can build a new query, or simply I can just change it to right. Now, if I just change it to right, now this one becomes my right table, which means my main table, and now region becomes my left table. In the case of right table, now territories becomes our main table. Now, when we do right joins, guys, it will pick all the values from the right table and only matching from the left table. Now, if I run the code one more time, guys, you will pay attention that now in this case, we don't have region ID 5, right? You see there is no region ID 5. Even if I order it by region ID, so you see all of the region IDs in order. If I scroll down, guys, you see there is no region ID 5. Why? Because we're doing right join, it will pick all the values from the right table, 1, 2, 3, 4, and only matching from the left. So since there is no matching with the 5, that's why you don't see 5 here, guys. Now, another join that we explained previously, it was inner join, guys. Inner join. Now, in the case of inner join, guys, it will show only matching value between both, meaning that it will pick 1, 2, 3, 4 from the regions table and also 1, 2, 3, 4 from the territories. Now, if I run again, it will show us the same result because the matching on both tables, it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, pay attention, guys, we don't see number 5 again here because in the case of inner join, it will combine or fetch only the matching values. Finally, guys, we said we have also full join. All have to just type full, and it's called full outer join. Now, in the case of full outer join, guys, it will fetch or combine all matching and non-matching values. Now, in this case, if I scroll down again, you see it shows us 5 as well, 5 region ID 5, the record for region ID 5 as well. Why? Because in the case of full outer join, it will combine matching and non-matching values. Now, one thing that I want you guys to show you is whenever you write a joins, it's good when you give a temporary name to a table. Now, in this case, what I mean by that is I can just remove this line of code for now. And whenever you pick the name of the table, guys, just give it a temporary name as something, as R. It will make it along the way, it makes it easy to write to build your join. Now, at this one, I give it a temporary name T. What I did is basically for the region table, I created a temporary name R. Whenever I need this table, I don't have to type region anymore. All I have to do is just type R and it will be the same as region. And for the territories table, I used T, give it a temporary name as a T. Now what I can do is when I go to this line of code, I don't have to type the name of the table anymore. All I have to do is just type R, and you see it gives me the same thing. And in this case, T dot and region ID. Now I build my bridge again. When I go to the select part, I don't have to, like I did above, I type the name of the table first and then I pick the column. Now in this case, all I can do, I just type R, pick the name of the table, comma, again R, pick the name of the put comma, and then R dot, the name of the second column that you want to see. It would be description. And if I want to pick any column from the territories table, I don't have to type territories. All I have to do is just type T dot and then give the value that I'm looking for. Now in this case, you see, since I gave a temporary name to the regions table as R, I have to remove a region and switch it just to the letter R. Now the error will disappear. Now if I run the code, guys, we're getting the same result as previously. Guys, this is still a very basic examples of joins. In my future videos, I will show you more complex join examples by connecting 2, 3, or more tables, and we'll build some complex logic, and you will have again a deeper understanding of how to connect multiple tables. And also we'll go through some examples when you don't have a bridge between two tables, then in that case how you can connect two tables or more tables. Guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. It's on the bio of my Instagram profile. Please put your comments, suggestions, any feedbacks, and again, anything that you want about SQL. I will make sure I will do my video and post it so you could see it. Again, guys, as I mentioned previously, SQL is not the only topic. You will see a lot of useful information on my channel. It would be about SQL, about Linux, about coding, about finance, about overall computer infrastructure. But for now, since we started with SQL, I want to make sure that I will finish SQL first. Thank you guys one more time for watching, and I will see you in our next videos.